Hey, what's going on? It's TS here right now. Sam Slim here right now for another simple review. Sorry about the whole camera angle here. I'm sitting in my bed in my room. I haven't did a review in my room for quite some time. Fuck it. That could work. But we're going to do a review right here. This movie here we're going to talk about is I watched it. I borrowed this movie before, but I kind of got really bored with it. But some movies where you watch it, I kind of not get really into it. But there's some movies like that are really kind of boring, but then in the middle of the film, it gets better. Well, this is a 2008. It's a comedy, a film by Michel Gondry, and it stars Jack Black, Mos Def, the rapper Mos Def, and Danny Glover, and a couple other cameo spots. But it is Be Kind, Rewind. And like I said, I've seen this a while ago. This is a 2008 film. And the reason why I think I bought it before is because of Jack Black. And Mos Def's, he's pretty good on here too, but it starts with these two outcasts. It starts with, basically it's, which I don't know if I don't know how to review it without spoiling everything, because I spoil stuff on here, so, but, it's just these two outcasts who, want to sit, there's an old local view store, and, this guy, and it's Mr. Fletcher, who's played by Danny Glover, and this is pretty cool too, because I like the setting because it's in this old school corner of a town, and basically also they pay tribute to Fats Weller, who was an old piano player, old school in a way, and this is where he lives supposedly, but there's no knowledge that he did live there or whatnot, and well, he has a movie store. And it's like old VHS tapes and all this stuff. It's like old school as hell. But I don't know what year, but this is when DVD was about to come out. So I think this is like maybe in the 90s probably. Or something, before DVD's about to come out. This is old school. But, because there's West Coast Videos in here. And I never been to, we used to have a West Coast Video here in Marion years ago. Across the bypass by Lance's, but I never went to West Coast Video. But they basically, this is how it all started. This is an old local thrift store. Mr. Fletcher's, they actually live in the house. I think it was an apartment complex or something, or just with rooms or whatnot. And that's what they did. But Mos Def plays. I forgot their names. We're hearing him again, making another shitty review. Another damn names. Anyway, yeah. Jack Black plays Jerry McLean. So Mos Def plays Mike. So Mike and Jerry. Well, Mos Def's character Mike, he's an amateur director. He makes a bunch of old school films or little films or short films or whatnot. His ideas in his head, and he just taken over. And then, Mr. Fletcher, that's how it all starts. He basically goes on a trip, and then he wants Mike to fill in him for the day. And Jerry's played by Jack Black, which wasn't my favorite roles from him for some reason. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I like more other films with Jack Black in this, but Mr. Fletcher goes on this trip, and basically he goes to West Coast Video and all these video stations, and just adds notes to add on what he can do to make the local video store, his store, better. And he ends up going to cheers to you. While that happens, Mike is doing this. I don't know what the hell was. Jerry's all about Jack Black, and also he lives in like a trailer, a motorhome, a truck trailer bed. He goes to the power plant and he just lives in it, and he gets electrocuted. He could have been dead. When me and my wife were watching this part, what's the point? How is this guy still alive? He's like all flipping and everything, but he's all magnetized or whatever. He's all magnetized. Well, he ends up going to the store while Mike's taking over for the day. Mr. Fletcher's gone, and he starts touching all the movies and whatnot. And then he ends up going to the old TV where they have movies playing on the background, and the screen. Zzz, and Mike's like, "Well, what do you keep doing that?" Zzz, zzz, zzz. And but before that, people kept getting tapes, and they came back, "Oh, this is not working." And every tape that he touched before that, the day before, the day or earlier in the day, it wouldn't work. those tapes would not work, and it got Mac in a stressy situation. Then, because one woman wanted to, who I didn't know was Mia Farrow. Mia Farrow plays this older lady, which she was on Rosemary's Baby. She comes in and she wants Ghostbusters and whatnot. And so really right now in this film is just kind of dragging on and boring. I was not really getting into it. This is where I think I only watched like a couple minutes of when I first watched it. I think it was on YouTube, Netflix or something, or I don't remember. But they're fucked. All the tape, Mike tries all the tapes that are all erased because of Jerry's magnetized and all that stuff. And but I mean, it was just like, what the heck? I was like, wow, that's a really stressful situation, and don't know what to do. So meanwhile, in the movie, they, we could make our own movie. So what they did was what made this film was better was excuse me, was the time where they just, like Jerry said, we can make our own movies. So they made their own versions of the film, like amateur style, like 20-minute videos of each movie. And they did Ghostbusters, and they did everywhere. And I thought that was hilarious when he came out to be Glimmer, or whatever, that green ghost slime-looking thing. And that's when I got funny, and that's when I got more better. And then you realize the backstory of it is Mr. Fletcher's, the building's going to be demolished because they want, the roof needs to be fixed. And, yeah, the roof needs to be fixed, and they want to put a new, complex over there. And Mr. Fletcher doesn't want that to happen. And, and it's going to be demolished. So there's your backstory. And then Mr. Fletcher comes back. And also before the movies, he comes back and he doesn't know what the hell's going on because they sold their movies just like the Amateur Wise. They did a bunch of movies. It had a checklist of all the movies they did. He comes back and says, what's going on? So we're doing this. So they end up doing that, action comedy, and people started loving their amateur films. And they enjoyed it. But then they end up going, then all of a sudden, because it's kind of like copyright in a way. Sigourney Weaver, I can't say her name, from Alien, and some other people, cameo, they played the FBI or whatnot. And it's either, they go, this is copyright material, unless we take all this story, you're paying fines. So then taking all their stuff away. Then they realize, they're fucked, there's nothing to do, and then in a week or two, they're going to demolish it. And at the very end, Jerry's like, we can make our own movie. And people are, and then the whole community was all with them, like saying, make your own movie. You can make your own damn movie, Well, how are we going to make our own movie? But he's an amateur director, Mike plays. And so they just make a movie about Fats Weller. And they used outdated, make it old school, black and white, 8mm film kind of way. And they had the whole town, which I always thought that was pretty cool. The very ending was pretty awesome. And we didn't want to get the money together because people got in it, and then they had everybody getting there, which was a little small TV, which it's like, how's that going to work? But then they end up, that little clip, they end up going to the West Coast Video trying to steal the projector, but then the guy they know lives there. Well, he ends up coming there and gives their projector to them, or let them use the projector, and they see for everything. But that was, but they had everybody together, and then but then Mr. Fletcher's, Danny Glover's character was like, we don't have enough, he was telling Mia Farrow's character, which I forget her name, saying, we don't have enough money to start, but we're just going to watch this and we're just going to head out. And then the people there were going to demolish it, but there were still a lot of people there, and they watched the film and whatnot, and then the one guy came out there and said, what's going on? The guy was going to demolish it. Mr. Fletcher goes, oh, sorry, we just want to watch our movie and we'll be done. And they start watching it, and then everybody's loving the film, how they did it all, the little kids, everybody together in this whole community, which I thought was awesome. And then after the video's done, they end up going outside, and then everybody else, because the projectors on this sheet, people could see it, like when they're inside, and then people could see outside of their window. They realized that there was police and everybody clapping and laughing and everything, and Jack Black's on the scene when they were doing the movie. Everybody was enjoying it, watching it outside of the community. It was a bunch of people there. It was like a riot. It was like a PG riot, just everybody together, just watching and having fun. And that's basically how it ends. And the guy shook his hand, with the guy who's going to demolish it. I forgot. I don't know his name. I don't care. Political dickhead or something like that. He wants to buy it, or he shakes Stingler's hand and smiles instead of we don't know, but here we go. Now it was the ending. That's how it went. A cliffhanger. Did they keep it? Maybe. Maybe they kept the place. Maybe they used it as a play. They made more movies or whatnot. But to me, it was an okay, solid film. I mean, Jack Black here. I mean, I wasn't really. I don't know. Jack Black's a good actor, but this film was not one of my favorites with him in it. I don't know why. This film's okay, but rewatchable. No, I mean, the only because I don't know. It's just the middle of it. It's just I don't know. I just see this is one and done for me. I mean, it was okay, but I would have to start in the middle just to watch it. Because the whole Swedes, because they would make movies that were all raced, and then they come with this Swede, where it was when they made their own movies. It would say Swede on the disc, and but I mean, this is okay film. Out of 5 stars, I gave it 2 or 3. I mean, I don't really like rating movies because they're almost like the same. But I mean, do I recommend this to watchers? If you're a Jack Black fan, go ahead. If you enjoy some of these comedies on it, it's a pretty cool plot though, the whole video game store thing. But I just kind of dragged on for the first 20 minutes or whatnot. But I recommend it, but to people who want to watch if you're a Jack Black fan or whatnot. But it gets better towards the middle of the film and to the end. So, but that's Be Kind Rewind, and this does not get a negative review. I mean, this is not a rant. It's just it was a middle through. But I definitely recommend you watching this. But it was a one and done for me. But that is another simple review, and we'll check it back until next time. Peace.